All right, we're recording and I'll get a screen up for you guys. All right, so here's the thing. You guys have seen that recently I've been using this trailing stop for a trade management strategy, and it's been very successful. But at the same time, it's given away a lot of unrealized gains, and that's just not sustainable. So I've been really looking at this and what to do about it. The whole idea is to be able to hold a full size for a full move or as much as possible. So I've made some adjustments here. I'm going to try and go through it with you guys, try and explain it before the market opens, and also, yeah, make a trading plan. All right, so what I'm doing now is, let me get rid of these lines. Okay, so the 5 minute chart, everything else is basically the same. So what's the same as taking trades off of levels using 5 minute candlestick patterns? Nothing changes there. But the few changes I'm looking to make are the way I'm picking these levels, because the levels also, if you've seen, have become a little too much, as in every day I'm adding 2 or 3 levels, it looks like. And then it just gets confusing. So that's also been a mild issue, so I'm working on that. So I'm going to show you how I'm looking at levels now. It's a little different, and as well as the trade management side of things. There's something weird happening here. Hold on. What time is it? Oh, okay. Hold on a sec, guys. I'm going to restart DOS here. It's all messed up. Something's really not in the right place. Yeah. Be back up and running in just a moment. All right, everyone see the screen now? Clear? I couldn't see it earlier. All right, here we go. Okay. Yep. All right, so here's the thing. Let's start with the levels thing. You see this candle at 8 o'clock? This happens every day on every ticker. This is basically the settlement candle. Thor calls this the tin foil line. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring that candle. So I'm using the Fibonacci tool. I'm actually abusing the tool a little. It's not meant to be used this way, but I'm just doing it. So I'm trying to measure out that. You see the top and the bottom? And I've
Avi, I don't think you're sharing your screen.
you got to click on it at the top. Click on the tab at the top of Zoom. So what I'm doing here is I'm measuring the distance of this candle and then just using the same distance going down and going up. So you can see I've already marked the levels here and you can just keep measuring it going as up and down as far as you need. So that's how I'm doing levels. Very simply, it's the measured move concept. So measuring the move and looking to trade off of these levels as the price gets there. So Apple for now is just sitting right above it. Looks like it's holding as a support for now. So there's nothing in it. Again, once it gets there, then the idea is to wait for the same old naked trading candlestick patterns and nothing changes. And then trade management is something else, but we'll get into that in a moment. So first, find these levels. See, Microsoft already did something here with it. Now, if you look at the 8 a.m. candle, it's right there. You can see it's a big one. So let's try and map this out or measure this out. There it is. That's the measurement of that candle. So again, I've just configured the Fibonacci tool to be equidistant between the lines. So I'm not using it as a Fibonacci. I'm just using it as a measurement tool. So there you go. That's the levels for the day. NVIDIA. Let's use that tool again. There's the 8 o'clock candle. There it is. Okay, put it in the center. You can see most of them today so far are just inside the candle. We go AMD. No, we don't need this one. Take the new one. You can see this one's got a big candle. Big candles are fun. So again, I'm not looking to take a trade unless it gets to these levels. It's the same concept as before. Nothing changes on this. The whole point here is to avoid those past levels, which were just getting too crowded and too much difficulty. And you can see here also, I'm not bothered with the daily chart. This is simplifying the process. Again, 80/20, right? I want to simplify things. But hunting down levels, changing time frames, all that stuff, this is just easier. So there you go. That's the 8 o'clock candle on Tesla. Pretty small one so far. What do we have then? Amazon's next. Which one is it? Yeah, this one, right? Yeah, big candle there. There we go. Just put it right in the middle of the measurement. And again, these are zones. Again, it's not precise levels. Just like always, you never look at levels as a precise thing. They're just zones at which if the candlesticks behave a certain way, you may have an opportunity. All right, so is that Meta and whoops, Google, last one. Where's the candle? There it is. Get that. It's interesting on Google. That's holding as resistance up there. If you guys remember fractal patterns, those of you who were here a year ago, I would look at this and plan a short right at the open off of this level 193.81. All right, so that's levels. And that's it. All done with levels. I'm not going to do anything else. And I will move these. If let's say Google goes way up to 200, all I'll do is simply move it up. It's just a measured move. You can just keep going up the levels. Nice and easy. And only trade off of those levels if the setup presents itself. Now, as far as trade management is concerned, like I was saying, the issue that I was facing was while I was getting a lot of massive trades, they were just not consistent enough. There was a lot of um, unrealized gains being given back and then ending up at basically break even. If you guys saw me on YouTube last few days as well, a lot of break even trades, and it's unnecessary, truly. It's a waste of energy, waste of capital, waste of mental capital. So I'm not interested in that. So I'm going back to the strategy I used previously, which is having a target in mind. So the targets will be one of these levels, right? And which one is the question? And that is going to be a matter of the patterns. For example, if you're watching Google just on this chart, it came from up all the way down. Let's say you see a big reversal pattern. It took this entire range to really make this kind of reverse head and shoulders pattern. So just going up to there, that might be only half the move because this has come down, big reversal pattern. You go up to there, that is probably just the first target. Probably take 50 or 70 or 80% off there. And the next target is just the same measured move up. So that's how I'm planning these trades now. And what's interesting is because I'm planning it with targets in mind, I can actually plan a trade before the market opens. And I'm looking at all the charts now. I don't see anything. Ideally, you'd see some sort of reverse ABCD or an ABCD pattern that's already breaking out or broke out in the pre-market. And then at the open, you see it come and retest. You can go long or short. At the moment, I don't see anything, but we still have one more candlestick till the open. And when that shows itself, we might find something. So I'm keeping a close eye on this, and I might prepare a trade for before the open, well, to trade right at the open. In which case, again, I'm not going to scalp it. I'm planning it with a target in mind. So let's say if I'm planning this long over here on Google, the first target's up here, the green line, around the 195 area. And then let's see if it goes on. So again, none of this stuff is new. You guys have all heard me talk about measured moves. It's in the course. You've all heard me plan trades. That's the fractal pattern stuff I used to trade a year ago. You've all seen the naked trading setup. We've been doing that recently. Nothing's new. It's just trying to figure out which elements will work better together and also a matter of preserving mental capital. I prefer to put range orders in at the target and let it go. And I don't want to have to sit and watch every 5 minute candlestick and trail the price. It's just too much work. So not to say this is better than that or anything. This is just the direction I'm going in right now. And that's that. So let me know if y'all got any questions before we get into the open. Meanwhile, I'm watching the charts very closely to see if anything is setting up already.
Did you go back and back test this?
Oh yeah, plenty, 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 plenty.
Okay, and
Mhm.
Do you don't have any like major levels on the daily chart
No, I'm not using
and like cross-reference it at all? Like there's just no more levels from your 30-minute or hour chart or daily chart?
yeah, I've removed all of them. And again, the thing is, the easy way to use daily chart levels is to have them automatically mark previous day's highs and lows. Those are easy. Like when I was doing fractal patterns that were done, that were easy. But again, the way I went into doing it in the last quarter or so was, as you saw, picking them off right on the daily chart. And then it just sometimes I find it becomes a little too much, too confusing. And also then there's that workload of switching between time frames and you're getting influenced by daily chart activity, whereas really in day trading you should be paying attention to what's happening here. So for me at least, and the way I like to perceive things and the way I like to, apply my mental capital, this is simpler. It's much easier as far as the workload is concerned. As far as the results are concerned, I've done this before many times. There's no difference. It's just easier for the same result as far as yeah, levels are concerned. And again, there will be moves that you do it this way. There will be moves that you miss, but there'll be other moves that become opportunities. So I've back tested this. I've used this over the years, no big deal. And I've been looking at measured moves. How would you measure it? Measure a 30-minute overnight pattern or something. And realistically, this 8 a.m. candle is a very good because that's the settlements candle. Thor spent years talking about it if you want to know more about it. But basically, it's the settlements of overnight orders all happening there, and that it forms a range. And back testing it, I found it really works well. Just going in this distance in the 8 a.m. candle. So it's not a lot of change, really. And there's nothing truly new. All of the stuff, those of you who've been here with me for the last 2 years or so have seen me go through all this stuff. Nothing's new. I'm just trying to streamline the process that's been in play for the last month or so and trying to lock in more of those realized or lock in more of those unrealized gains. What do we have? Okay, Apple is interesting and so is Google. See this on Google? It's a breakout happening right now. Let's put this further up so we can see it. So Google's doing the breakout. Ideally, this candle closes up here in the next 30 seconds. Comes down, retest, you can get on it and go up. Apple, same thing, just a reverse breakout, a retest of 238, and you'll be going down for the 235 area. All right, so that's that. I'm going to keep an eye on these two right at the open, Apple and Google. And let's see what happens. This is exciting because finally get to trade the open again. Been avoiding that recently, right? As you guys know. So,
Sir,
Apple.
Avi,
Hi, Ab.
can think of your Fibonacci line because mine is different than yours, the numbers.
Yeah, I've configured it. You want to configure it for equidistance. Basically, I put 0, 33, 66, and 100. They're pretty much equidistant. I'm actually abusing the tool. I'm not using it as a Fibonacci tool.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Mhm. All right, here we
Have
go.
you keep doing 5 minute chart, not 1 minute chart, even with the
That's all.
open?
Yes, 5 minute. Always 5 minute. I will not touch the 1 minute. That's when I start becoming too aggressive.
Okay. And you will keep looking after like hammers and double tops, double bottoms,
Same
same
thing. Yeah,
same
absolutely the
thing.
same
All
thing. Okay,
right.
Apple,
Understood.
if it makes a new 5 minute low, I'll be short. So I'm seeing a breakout. I'm seeing a retest looking good, but it has to convince me that it has momentum going down. So around 237 would be the short entry, and I'd go. Google's already up. You can see Meta interacting with 613. That's the top level. Tesla doing a nice breakdown. But all of these are not there. I'm not going to trade a breakout. I'm going to trade a retest. And this is early. This is the open, so you can get in a little faster. Let's see. Apple puts. I got the 240 put options here ready to go. Basically a break of pre-market low. Effectively, that's the entry. Keep a decently tight stop. But let's see. It has to really prove that weakness. Otherwise, I will not risk it. AMD bouncing off 120 right about where the level is. Again, for scalping, right? Lots of opportunities, as always. Amazon might be fun. Google, let's see. Still nothing. Still watching all 8 tickers. Google's a false breakout. Might go the other way. Apple's getting ready. There we go. Apple. Come on, let's see. There it is. All right, let's do this. Okay. I'm short on Apple. See these options, man. They're insane. Actually, I should have gone more out of the money options. That's okay. Can work with this. All right. So I'm trying to hold this for the target, wherever that is, 235, way down. Let's go. This is tricky to manage because you see the options candle is totally different from the underlying, but still good. And AMD would be good too if you like reversals, but it's yeah, I didn't have eyes on that. Tesla did the breakdown and boom, all it goes. I made one mistake here. I should have gone within the, sorry, out of the money options for these scalping opportunities. They're actually more effective. All right, let's see Apple. New low, but it's not holding it. Let's back up in there. All right, I'm out of that because it's made a new high above the opening price. So that's the nice thing. You know very quickly whether it's working or not. All right. What else is good? Anyone see anything? Any patterns? AMD now breaking down, going the other way. Very interesting. Apple, I'm gonna maybe re-enter if it's truly weak, but this time with out of the money puts. There we go. Okay, second attempt on Apple, but this time with the other contract, with the one I should have taken in the first place. And it's a lot cheaper. There we go. That's better. Now we can go. Add in a bit. Okay. Now we're going. And what else do we have? It's really hard to map this. I'm still manually keeping a mental stop, basically. If Apple starts finding strength again, I'll be out of this.
Are you gonna look to partial and then move your trailing stop to like break even, or are you just gonna do the same thing as make sure it gets to your target and then take it all off?
Yeah, target. The whole thing is target. I want to hold the majority of the size for the target. That's the idea. That becomes a little tricky. I don't plan to partial. So that's different from trailing it. Rather than trailing and holding the full position, I'll just keep a target in mind for the full position, which in this case, it's just all the way down there, 235. So it might take 10 or 15 minutes to get there. Yeah, there we go. Apple's the best pattern so far on my screen. Let's see, what can I do with this? The opening price was an important level. That's what I used as a stop last time. So I'm pretty much thinking the same at this point. But yeah, this is out of the money options, so it's a little trickier. Again, you can't really place hard stops on this. It becomes really difficult with out of the money options. All right, what else is good? Everything wants to pull up for now. Yeah, Google's a tough one. If you guys were looking at Google, it did the breakout, but it didn't really go. It just got stuck and the big wick on the top side. You can't trust this as a retest to go back up. It's not there. For now, Apple looks like the best breakout, done a retest right at the open, and off you go. I mean, there were times where I would trade it right at 238 retest, but I was waiting for it to lose the opening price and continue that way. The opening price is always a key level when you're trading the open. All right, what else is here? Tesla's interesting, guys. I think it's very weak, but take a look. AMD as well doing it. AMD's doing what Apple's doing. Oh, it's gonna take a bit. For now, I'll put a hard stop, but I'll keep an eye on it. It's not really where the stop is, but that's just in case it moves quickly when I'm not watching it. I gotta say, it's a bit of a choppy open, other than maybe Tesla. It's been a tough one for the ORB stuff. Come on, Apple, let's go. Check this out, guys. AMD, right at the bottom of that tinfoil line. Breakdown, retest, same story as Apple. But at first, though, it was very powerful, very strong going up. And now it goes. Anyone catching this? This could be fun. Yeah, there goes AMD. Nice. Again, we're starting to see a double bottom here on Amazon. See the bottom there? And the second one is lower though, so it's invalid. Very interesting, right? Microsoft's a mess. Please be careful with it. Meta's got my attention. I might do something here with Meta. Again, a double top, but it has to print one genuinely bearish candle. And if it's really a big double top, like how large this is, the target would not be the 607 area, it would be further down. Yeah, looking at about 600. Double top from 612 or 610 or so down to 600. That's the trade I would take. That would be a lot of fun. Apple is still sitting there, not doing anything. Still holding below the opening price and below the resistance. So that's all encouraging. There you go, guys. AMD, whoever likes it, ORB. It's been setting up well for a few minutes already and making a move. So if I was in that, it would be 117. Why didn't I take that? That was a decent one. Yeah. Oh well. See Amazon pushing up, but again, that double bottom's not there. It's just not the right setup. Let's tighten this up on Apple. Meta's a breakout, guys. Take a look. If you like breakouts, it's happening right there. The double top didn't happen, but the breakout looks all right. It wants to do it for now. There's no way I would short it. Just put in a very bullish candle. So if anything, it's a long, but of course not yet. Make sure your setup's there. Again, for me, I like the retest of the breakout. I'm not interested in the breakout itself. Here you go, guys. If you need conviction, look at Tesla hitting the level, and that's just a measured move level, right? There's nothing else I looked at. Just put a measured move on. And sure enough, that's where it's stopped its down move for now. Could still continue, it could go up, whatever, but you know, it's there. I actually might go short from here if it sets up nicely. Let's see, Tesla. The tricky thing in the open is you don't want to put on multiple trades. I'm in one right now. Yeah, there goes Tesla breakout. It's just about to put it on, but then it becomes really risky. You're managing multiple fast positions. That's something to avoid most of the time.
Yeah, where was your stop loss on Tesla? Just above 420?
Yeah, I would use the level or even just above the level, 420. Oh yeah, just above 420, a few cents above or something. Again, I didn't take it, but it's there if you want it. Let's go. Apple. What is it doing? Still no fun. It's actually setting up. This is healthy. Consolidates, goes down. It hasn't pushed up genuinely. There are no bulls to take over, at least for now. They haven't shown themselves. So that's encouraging for this move down. I'd like to stick the stop at or stick the exit at break even fairly soon, or tighten it up at least, and then leave the whole thing on for 235 or a little below 235. The next line, basically. Tesla, there you go, guys. Go get some. Oh, I want to take that. Lovepreet, you got Tesla? You in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Tesla, fun, fun. Oh man. All right. Let's move. Taking a bit. I'm
I
actually
like this. How long have you been working on this?
about 8 hours.
Are you serious?
This morning. No. This is basically a culmination of 6 years. I'm always tweaking stuff. I'm always trying to evolve. I'm
Right.
trying to, make things better. And this is not a dramatic shift from the strategy I used yesterday. It's just a few,
No.
you know, nothing too serious.
Well, I like it because, like you said, it's like you're sitting there and those unrealized gains just get eaten up, and then you're like, okay, there's got to be something to fix that.
Yeah. At the same time, you want to hold the full position for the full move. So I'm trying to achieve two things here, which are kind of contrary. So that's the whole goal here. At the same time, simplify this whole searching for levels business. So yeah. So far,
Yeah, I find it almost goes down to like what you're able to accept. Do you want a higher winning percentage with lower realized gains, or do you want a lower percentage with the potential for higher? And there's somewhere of a balance, right?
yeah, there is, and I'm pushing that balance more and more in my favor as every day goes. I'm trying to constantly find ways to cheat the system, put it that way, to cheat the math. But yeah, that's it. That's kind of the balance. First you find the balance and then you tweak it. Yeah. Okay, here comes the real big weakness. I see it now. Nvidia, Tesla, Meta even, Amazon, AMD. AMD, what a good retest. As an open trade, this is a good one. So you guys had that ORB, same setup as Apple. Then the retest happened. Now the weakness is in. So far, so good. Oh, and here's something you guys haven't seen in a little while. As Apple goes towards 235, you'll see the sizes of these candlesticks move. But you'll see because I'm using out of the money contracts, the sizes of these options candles will be enormous. They'll be twice the size of they're just out of proportion completely. Because now I'm working more with extrinsic value because it's out of the money. Once it gets to the money or gets approaches the money, the extrinsic value really comes into play. And then once it goes in the money, then the candlesticks will mimic each other size-wise, at least more closely, because then you're working with intrinsic value. And again, that's all like options pricing calculation stuff. But the hard part about these out of the money contracts is as Apple does not go anywhere, if it just sits here for another 10 minutes, this contract will decay and I will have to stop out fairly quickly. So some nuances in that. Again, for scalping, this is usually better. And scalping for me is anything within 30 minutes, a trade that lasts less than 30 minutes, which open trades usually do. And then everything else is longer. Okay, everything broke down except Apple. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna have to tighten this up because there's a bit of uncertainty. I mean, buyers aren't really there right now in Apple to really take it and push it up. It is setting a breakdown pattern, which is this descending wedge. But you still need sellers to overpower the buyers. So I'm still on that. For now, my stop is above this second candle. So I've already cut the risk in half or whatever it may be at the moment. Yeah, probably half. I'd like to get it close to break even, and then I don't want to look at it and let it go.
Avi,
Yeah. So
can you quickly show that how you configure that thing in the DAS?
yeah. So this study here is the Fibonacci tool. Just right click, config, and on Fibonacci, you just pick percentages. I put 0, 33, 66, and 100. And that's it. So they're equidistant, approximately. Close enough. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Again, just like I'm abusing options here by going scalping them in the day, I'm abusing the Fibonacci tool as well. Just repurposing it is the other way to say it. But yeah. Okay, let's have a break of low of day. Come on, Apple. If we don't get that soon, then I might prematurely shut this one down. Come on,
I gotta
here's the
read this right.
opportunity.
Are you trading equities and options on Apple?
No, I'm trading the options. But of course,
Oh,
I'm
I
looking
just
at
saw.
the equities. Yeah, basing it
Yeah, I
on the.
saw 500 shares, so I was confused.
Oh no, these are contracts. See the ticker here. That's
Yeah,
five.
yeah, yeah. That's why I was confused because the bottom one makes sense to me, but the top one didn't make sense.
Hear me, guys?
There you go.
Hey, Avi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Hey, Ellie, I can hear you.
Oh, I'm just testing my mic. It just took me an hour. How you
Oh,
doing, guys?
all good, man. You're loud and clear.
Okay, great, great. I'm in
Thanks.
Nvidia right now. I
Thanks, man. You
shorted
just
it
woke me up.
at
Nvidia,
the open. Let's see. It's in a good area to bounce here. Let's see.
yeah, keep an eye on it. Volatility, momentum, all that stuff is in play at the moment. Keep an eye. There we go. Breakdown. Apple. Finally. Damn thing took 20 minutes. Okay, let's see if this is sustained. Um, Now I'm pretty much risk-free on this trade. Very close to break even. And we're in business. Cool. That should be fun. Anyone
I'm out
catching
of
it
Tesla.
out of Tesla? What do you do? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tesla is making too many VIX now.
It
Don't
is.
like it.
Yeah. So if you look at Tesla, let's blow this up a little. So yeah, the wicks, I can see what you mean. There's the momentum's going against you a bit. Let's push the levels further down. Measured move. Yeah, it's pretty much where you would target. If you got in that short, that would be a target, this 416 area. So cool. Works nice and easy. So no more changing to daily charts and looking for levels. It's all there. All right, 235, I bet has tremendous liquidity on Apple. I will exit the majority of my position at 235 because these candlesticks will get pretty large on this out of the money option. And well, the rest is just 50 cents away anyways. The AMD guys, I mean, that's so far been the nicest pattern and easiest to trade as ORBs go, opening momentum trades. Very nice. Should have taken this contract up front. That would not have been such a heavy loss. Oh well, that's how it goes. Yeah, good call getting out of Tesla. You can see exactly where it's reacting. It's amazing how these levels work, straight down and straight up.
Hey, did you find that there was less value later in the day with this with these new levels?
Less value.
Well,
No.
as far doesn't hold as true after the morning session, say.
Oh yeah, yeah, all day, all day.
Really? Okay.
And reversals or continuations or even chop. Like they'll get to these levels and something will happen there. Either they're happy to be there or they're not happy to be there, and they'll pick a direction. So yeah, I've definitely tested them plenty, especially in the last 24 hours. I've been looking at them a lot more. But over the years, I mean, I've used this plenty. It's even in the course. There's a whole section in the course about using measured moves for targets and even entries. Let's tighten this up. I'm actually using the trailing stop concept at the moment. But all right, so a few cents before 235, I'm gonna begin exiting. I'll probably get out 80% of this thing. I bet there's big liquidity sitting there. Very likely. What else is good? I'm looking at other opportunities. I don't see anything setting up for now. I'm actually seeing strength all around the market. So this is healthy. If Apple can test 236 again, that'll be good. That's basically a previous low of day. Healthy to reject that, and then it'll have a good, strong push down. That's healthy price action. Compared to if it just pushes down immediately, that would not be sustainable. So Google, you can begin to see a bit of a double bottom. The second one so far is higher than the first, but this is a mess. There's no way I would touch this. This is not a clean double bottom at all. If anything, you should see this more as a breakout coming back to retest and going. But even that, like, look how wicky and messy this is. This is not something you want to play with. Not at all. All right, Apple. Let's lock in these profits for a change. Where are these
Yeah, it
buttons?
looks like 235.20, and then at 235 obviously is the major level, but 235.20 it looks like much orders sitting
All
on
right.
bookmap as well.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. I'm locking that in. I'll leave a little bit to run, another, what, 15, 20 contracts. Stop is at break even, or actually a lot better. I'll just tighten it up. So I've got a bit of a run around the table. Had a decent trade out of it. Thanks for that info. I took it. Took the partials are right at that level, at the 20 cent mark.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. They'll probably hit 235. It just needs a little pullback on the way. And ideally, well, now I'm not going to be bothered with it. I'm just going to let it hit the level and then take a bounce. Right. So that's fun. Always good to be, into some action early. It's been difficult being patient for hours. You've seen that recently. Oh. So guys, today again, YouTube at 11, and I'll be in the BBT room at 12, taking that hour. So you can plan for that. Come and say hi and have some fun. Beginning to think this is where I got to put VWAP back on the charts. If I'm going to trade the open like this, that's has a lot of value. We'll find out. Meta looks kind of weak, yeah, but again, this is not what you want. It's weak. It was here and there was room to the left here, but really it's mostly in this area. Well, it's just choppy. This is a temptation. Again, a lot of people looking for reversals get messed up here. And again, like I said earlier, there's a top and this is a higher top. You don't want to play with that. It may still go, but let it go. Let it get to the next level and put in some sort of pattern or something. This is not this is not fun. So again, the as far as I'm concerned, the setups are identical. Nothing has changed. It's the naked trading, candlesticks at levels, nothing different. It's just a matter of trade management is the big difference, as in going with a target in mind rather than trailing it and uh and making the levels thing easier, just easier. Not that those levels didn't work. They do. This is just less of a workload. Again, 80/20, most important thing. Is Carlos trading the open today? What's he doing? It's funny. Carlos.
Andrew's taking a walk.
Of course he is. Andrew. Andrew's taking a walk. John's taking a walk. Peter's taking a walk too today. What's going on?
Taking a walk.
He's taking a walk over. You all guys doing up there in North America in the snow, taking a walk with you guys. It's warm here. I don't even have a jacket on. Oh
He
man.
had a loss, so he's walking for a little bit.
Mm. So that's smart. That's actually a good thing. I've never adopted that strategy. Probably should. If you're emotionally struggling with a big hit, get out of the ring, take a break, and come back later. That's a tough one. What do we have here? Sorry, I'm missing the chat here. Casey, you want to look at NVIDIA? Okay, let's look at it. NVIDIA, again, looks like a double bottom, but the second one's higher, sorry, lower. So it's invalid. To me, it's just chop. It hit the level, but it's not giving you anything at the level. Again, you can see it reacted at the level. That's important. Pretty obvious. I mean, you expect it to react at the levels, but it's not giving you anything. Nothing you can work with, you know? So I'd say just let it be. Nothing to it. Nothing to do with it. Let me tighten this up a little. Yeah. Same as Google. Again, you see, just because they hit a level doesn't mean you have to take a trade from there. You still have to wait for the setup and then wait for the confirmation of the setup. All that stuff is incredibly important. That'll increase your win rate tremendously. So, Google hit the level doesn't mean you just go long or short. Same as NVIDIA right now. You know what I'm seeing right now? I'm seeing all the makings for a very bearish day. Because even though things are stagnant and, well, basically everything was bearish, and now it's the pullback. This looks like a pullback, not a reversal on most things, because the buyers are nowhere to be seen. They're not aggressive. They have to take over. It's like offense and defense, right? One side has to take over, then you can put your money on it, just like sports. But this is not buyers taking over. If buyers took over, this would have been a big double bottom, would have gone all the way halfway up, then that big, nice curve, that arch for the second bottom. This is just not, and most things look like this. So so far there are no buyers in this market. And Apple's getting into my target, 234.54. Yeah, it's always healthy to take it off a little before. Sell. All right, there we go. We're close enough. Just keep a few on the table. Four is enough. It's enough that it doesn't occupy my mental capacity. And it's enough that it could still add a few $1,000s if it truly is a bearish day. So let that go.
Hi, Avi.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I show how to add the Fibonacci line?
Yeah. So up in the study here, you have Fibonacci line, right? And then you just draw it on your chart. And that's all it is. And once you draw it,
Ah,
right click on it and you can configure it to your liking. All there. Like you don't have to
yeah.
use Fibonacci. You can use whatever. Uh, just draw the lines, measure it out, use mathematics. But I don't like mathematics. I don't like using my brain, put it that way. Just if there's a cheat code, I'll take it. And this is a cheat code to me. Very simple. What are we doing? Okay, there you go. Right at the level. Look at that. Now I expect a genuine bounce or consolidation or something right at that level. That was a nice move. You can see, guys, this trade I planned it before the open. You can see that was the obvious level. It was support. Breakout happened before the open. The retest happened, and off you go. Right? It's not too difficult. This is very typical breakout retest. And I used to trade this all the time when I was doing fractal patterns last year. I even did the presentation on this in Vancouver, and there's quite a few online too. Not too difficult because you can plan your trades early. Most of the time, you're done within 15 minutes. And yeah, always fun. Okay, now Microsoft. Microsoft's a very difficult one because you can see it's wiki. Right now, you can see it's been wiki all day. This could just be another wick forming. But you can see what happened. Breakout, retest, looking weak. If it truly prints a bearish candle, the new low would be the entry, but then a very wide stop. Your target is, you're already halfway to your target. But yeah, anyways, right now we have a lot of bearish momentum. Tesla, there you go. So the way I do this is just move the lines down. So it was at 420, just put it down at 420 or whatever. There you go. Okay, so next target on Tesla, we have 413.36, then 409.94. So good ABCD pattern. Again, actually not a good one because of all the excuse me, all the wicks. So difficult to trade. I don't like trading stuff that is misbehaving. And I don't see anything that's behaving nicely right now. AMD was for a little while, that's no good. Apple was, yeah, looking back, Apple was the only really clean one. Tesla was decent, but it's become difficult. Okay. I don't see
Hi,
anything.
Avi.
Yay. Hey, Gaten.
How are you? How was your trading? I'm just joined, so I couldn't
Uh,
join early.
it's been fun. Been fun. It's well, back to the old style, get in at the open, get aggressive and do it. You know that stuff.
Okay. What was the something new you wanted to share? I wasn't able to join in the pre-market.
For you, it's not new. You've seen this. You've seen this before, where you get into a trade with a target in mind. And
Okay, okay.
and you're looking for the same setups. Again, off of levels. The setups are the same as you've seen the naked trading patterns off of levels. Nothing new.
Yeah.
That's it. That's really
And
it.
still the same levels you use.
Now the levels are what I've changed also. To go through it again, what I'm doing is I'm measuring the 8 a.m. candle. This is that settlement candle that happens on every stock every day. So
Yeah.
that distance, and then I'm just taking that distance and measuring it out. And those are my,
Okay.
that's it. Simple as you like. So you don't have to mess around with time frames or anything else. This is it. It's
Interesting.
yeah, much easier.
Curious to see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have seen me do this before in the last 2 years. I've done this. It's nothing really new. It's also in the course. Nothing really
Because
new.
you used to use measure moves on
Yeah.
daily charts. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm just putting it on here. So on 5 minutes. And my whole point here is to streamline the process, to reduce the workload. And I was struggling with protecting unrealized gains in the last month or so. You guys have seen that. So I'm trying to work that out. So that's why I've gone back to having a target in mind before entering.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Apple right there at that bottom. See what happens.
Hey, Avi,
Yeah, hey.
there's a double bottom right now with NVIDIA.
Explain that double bottom, will you? What do you see?
It came down to near PTC, bounced back up to R3, and then came back to the same level, tested it, and now it's bouncing up. I'm not sure it's going to go to 138.65 today. I'm not sure.
Okay. I see what you're seeing, but here's the thing. You're seeing a bottom, you're seeing a higher bottom at approximately levels that you like. The thing is, this is chop. You can see the candles overlapping each other. What you
Right.
want in a double bottom, you want it to come down and really go up and make a nice arch. Looks like a bridge or an arch.
Mhm.
Then make a higher bottom and then print a bullish candle and then a new high off of that new bullish candle. And then at that point, you're at like 138. And then you take the long and then it's a ripper.
Yeah,
That's
the wicks. Yeah, I see what I know what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't know. Let's see, but it's bouncing up now. So maybe it's bouncing off this important level was 136.83, and maybe it's gonna go to 138.65 today. I'm not sure.
I can't
This is
trust it. As far as we know right now, it's stuck here, it's making a mess. But let it
right,
exit this area. At this level right here, it's just untrustworthy.
but
I'm not interested.
Avi, at the same time, if you look at the 60-minute chart, there's a strong supply at 139.
Is that one of your indicators, 60-minute chart supply zone and stuff?
Right, supply and demand zones, yeah, and the daily chart also support and resistance.
Hmm. Well, if you like it, but you see again, even though you may have these levels, to me, what's a bigger priority is price action. You really got to read the price action, give that the first priority. And ideally, it does good price actions at levels. If the price action's no good, doesn't matter where it is, don't touch it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's keep chopping right now.
Yeah.
So,
This is messy. I mean, Google it looks like a better double bottom than this, but it's a mess. You still don't want to play with this.
I mean, I'm green on it now, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to take another position.
If you don't know, that means you shouldn't take it.
Right, exactly. Right.
Psychology, man. Keep your psychology straight. That's really important.
That's my problem right now, man. I'm struggling with this. I'm making money, but somehow I'm making really good money, but somehow I'm losing it the next day.
Yeah, you're overdoing it.
Right?
Yeah, whenever you have any doubts, if you have any doubt on any self-confidence or anything, Step away, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. That's the kind of thing I keep telling myself. And
Yeah, you're
that
right.
saves me a lot of times.
Right, right.
So here's something, guys. You see it here on Microsoft, that long tail hammer they like to look for. But firstly, it's a red one. Ideally, the body should be, open and closed together. And that too, it's happening at the level. That's good. There's room to the left down here. That's good. So it may still work, but it's not trustworthy. Again, these wicks are just too much in my view. I don't like the behavior. The behavior must be better, should be better, needs to be better. Otherwise, man, just don't risk your money. Same thing with Google. I mean, this may well go, and right now, big double bottom, or you could call it a breakout retest, but you can't trust it. I can't trust it. Let it clean itself up, get to another level, and later on we'll find an opportunity. Now we have also Meta. Basically, now we're seeing a lot of strength. Now perhaps the buyers are interested in this market. Meta pushing its high of day. Microsoft, yeah, doing that long. These are setups, but they're not good setups. Tesla's got the same thing. Actually, Tesla's probably the best of the lot. See the wick, the room to the left. You want this candle to be more bullish, but at least the patterns, the action's a little better than Microsoft or anything else. But again, be careful. You don't want to screw around.
Heavy.
Yeah. So
Hey, with the same tool on the Meta, what will be the target? Like,
Meta, I didn't take Meta, but if you want to target what overhead, break out and go.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So I'm just taking a measured move from here, and I've got these lines are, in equidistance. So just put it there. It's approximately 620. Well, that adds up nicely, right? Round number, you'd expect it there. That's it. That's the
Oh, you
target.
just move it right on the top.
Yeah,
Like you
just the
just move.
same
Oh.
distance. That's all there is.
And then, how do you figure out like 3360? Just by you, like
Well,
or there is a measurement.
The Fibonacci tool goes from 0 to 100%. I just want two lines in between that are just about the same distance. So according to my math, that adds up. If I'm wrong, please tell me, because I really don't know math very well. I just kind of look at stuff. So that's it. Just you can put more lines in there
You
if you
can
like,
move.
and then
Oh,
expand the
okay.
whole thing if you like. 25, 50, 75 if you want. That just gets too big.
That's too much work to like too many
Yeah.
things to see.
Reduce your workload, man. It's too much work. What's interesting is everything found strength with Apple. Again, relative weakness, but I've never been able to use that as an indicator.
Hey,
But
Avi,
again,
do you have
mhm.
the span that you draw on the screen, like always, like the chat room always does? I don't know what's it called. I forgot what's it called.
A
It's
drawing tool?
interesting it's interesting what you showed me earlier about the candles of NVIDIA itself. What what you want to see is like a radius, right? So the candles won't be too close to each other, and the height. I mean, it, I don't exactly understand what. I get the point, but I didn't understand it exactly. Could you show me again
Yeah, let me see if I
what you
can
want to see?
let me see if I can find you. I don't see an example. A live example would be great. Does anyone see a double bottom on any ticker, anything out there? I'll start looking here. Let me see if I can find something good for you. Oh, you know what? Here we go. I found it on the SPY yesterday. Let's say on the SPY, you had this as a level. Ideally, for a double bottom, you got to understand it's a bottom. This is not a bottom. This is a breakout and go. But let's say the price action came from the top and hit this level. It made this bottom, and look how it really went up.
All
But it
right.
came back to the level, and it made a new bottom, which is higher than the previous one. Then it makes a bullish candle. The high off of the new bullish candle would be the entry, and then up you go. And this is what a really good double bottom looks like. It should take 30 minutes to form at a minimum. Then it's really good. This is a good example. You want that big space between the bottoms. You want to see the buyers being very aggressive, coming down, and when the price comes down, you want more confirmation. You want to see the buyers are willing to buy at even higher and higher prices, which this bottom is higher than the previous one. That's the psychology behind it. And then prints a bullish candle, and then the confirmation is a high of the new candle. That's on a 5 minute chart. And then it's a ripper. So
Right.
that's what you want to see.
Well, to be
Avi,
honest, I see the same thing on Nvidia, except the bounce wasn't above the previous candles. So,
Yeah, yeah.
is that what you mean?
Yep. Exactly. You need it to really go. The buyers got to get aggressive, and you need aggression. Otherwise, they're not going to take over.
Right. Right, great. Thank you.
Avi,
Yeah, go ahead.
one question regarding the second bottom. Is there any difference when the second bottom is up or down in compare for of the first one?
You want the second bottom to be higher than the first one. You see? Right here. Second one to be higher than the first one. It shouldn't be in the same place. It should definitely not be lower. Higher is good. It shows that the bids are stepping up. The buyers are stepping up the bids. I'm going to add into this Apple position, guys. And I've got a new break even. So I've tripled the existing position. It's a bit too tight. Damn. Anyways, so the break even is just on the other side of the current candle. It's a bit too tight. Shouldn't have added that much. But yeah, sorry, on the double bottom, basically you want the second one higher than the first. You want a big arch in between. Lots of space, lots of empty space in between. And then off it goes. Those are the good ones.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right. Oh, I'm missing stuff on the chat. Yeah, JCA, no meta for me. It's a big mess. It has to print bearish. It's wiki, you know, these wicks are bugging me, just bugging me. I don't like wicks. Especially at the open, you see stuff with wicks, that means it's super volatile. The momentum's going up and then down and up and down. And you want to play with that? Avoid it. You can sit out for the first hour. That's not too difficult. Sully, what have you got here? Using, sorry, I don't get your question here. Explain what I'm using.
Sign up for a month. Doesn't hurt you. Sign up for a month. See what it's about. Just cancel some of the 30 different subscriptions you have for streaming.
Mike, you got a hot mic there, buddy. You can unmute yourself when you're ready. Sully, you want to know about fibs? Oh yeah, I'm not using fibs. I'm not. I'm actually just abusing the tool. So where is it? Yeah, we'll go back to Apple. All I'm doing again, guys, is I'm not accounting for Fibonacci retracements or anything. I'm just measuring out the lines. I'm just drawing the distance on the candle. And the next line is just based on this distance right here. If this is $10, the next line from here has to go down $10. And I'm repurposing the Fibonacci tool, read out the numbers. So it's just easy for me. So I don't have to sit there and calculate. I just throw it on the chart and it's there. That's all. That's the only thinking behind it, just to make the workflow easy. Again, this is not new. I've used this many, many, many times over the years. This is it's really not new. Again, it's in the course, and it's in the course because I've used it for years.
All right, sorry, just one more time. Can you show me how to change the percentage?
So once you have it on the screen here, you right click it, you go to config, and right there, these numbers in here, just type in what you want. I typed in 3366, and I've got the 0 line and the 100 line already there. The other ones, you just put them at 0. That's it. Change the colors, make it pretty. That's all you need. There's many lines. I just have 4 lines on there.
4 lines. Okay.
All right. This Apple ad was a bit of too much aggression. I have to find a way to protect the realized gains now, because there's going to be a nasty spread on this. I should have not added triple. I mean, double the position would have brought the break even in decently tight where I wanted it. This was too much. But let's see. Again, if Apple truly again rejects this level and goes the next one down, let's see, where is it? Let's just move the lines down and see what it is. There it is, further down. What do we have? 231. Well, wouldn't that be nice? 231. We'll see.
Avi, what's the thought behind using the 8 a.m. candle for your measured moves?
The 8 a.m. candles, again, I don't really fully understand it. But Thor is the one who brought it to us and taught us this stuff. He calls it the tinfoil line. It's a theory where if you look at 8 a.m., look at your charts at 8 a.m., see what happens. All your charts just jump up and down and usually form massive candles. Every single ticker in the market, in the NASDAQ, in the New York Stock Exchange, everything. And the thinking is that's the time when the market makers are open for business and they settle all the orders that were in overnight waiting to be settled when the market opens. And so at whatever price whatever price the market makers want to settle it at, that gives you a very good indication of how far the price is likely to move today. Kind of like ATR in a way. So you can actually reliably use that. And I'm just measuring that distance and just going up and down the levels. That's it.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Apple either stops me or it doesn't. There's nothing I'm gonna be able to do about this. There's no way to move the stop in tighter. That'd just be asking for trouble. Well, if I keep it there, I know on the spread when it exits, it's gonna lose some. Because this is yeah, options. We have a 3 cent spread, but when it moves, it's gonna be 10 cents to stop me out. And on $2 instrument, 10 cent spread is a lot. You see, guys, some of you were asking about meta. Looks like a good double top. First one's, a second one's lower, but there isn't a real good arch in between. And also, like I was saying earlier, it's messy. It's wicks on both sides. This is just, you know what? Go make a cup of coffee. Come back in an hour. You'll find better opportunities. Right now, the market's dirty, like very dirty. It's a mess. Again, the only thing I'm seeing right now that's decent, that has decent behavior is Apple. Tesla was decent. AMD was for the first 15 minutes. I don't see anything that's truly good. Everything's got wicks on both sides. I mean, just put them side by side. Put like put Tesla and Apple side by side, or AMD and Apple, and you can see the difference. You can see what you want to look for. You know, it's amazing. There we go. So I got Apple there. I'll put Tesla there. See that? Look at Apple. Look at Tesla with the wicks. Which one do you want to play with? Yeah, fairly simple. All right, guys, another 10 minutes I'll be here with you. And then it's time to head off to YouTube. Oh, Andrew's back. Look at that.
What do you think, Avi, about partialing? Because your previous strategy or exit strategy, wouldn't it be beneficial to partial instead of switching everything around?
Yeah, so my idea is I still want to find a way to hold the majority of the size for the majority of the move. So I don't want to go away from that, but in doing that, I was giving away a lot of unrealized gains. So instead of partialing, I'm relying on these measured moves off of that settlement candle. And from all the back testing and the experience I have with doing this in the past, it works pretty well. So even today, you can see it work really well. They're just going from level to level. So far, so good. I don't have any problems with this. I moved away from this a few years ago because I didn't have the patience to really hold from level to level. That's the big difference from 2 years ago to now. I would take partials all the way down. By the time it gets there, it's in the end I take like 2 hour trade instead of 5 hour, whatever it is. So that's the whole thinking. So far, so good. Again, these levels I can rely on them. And as long as you don't get stopped out on the way, or you play too much with a chop, then it gets difficult. I try not to interact with chop. You just don't want to.
And is it possible on certain platforms that 8 a.m. candle is different? Because on my platform it's like 50 cents, and on Apple, and for you it's $3.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because see, DOS is it stands for Direct Access Server or something like that. Direct access means it's really all the transactions that happen on the floor of the stock exchanges and all the algorithms. It's instantly recorded in DOS. It doesn't go through a broker and then to DOS. DOS has some arrangement where they get the information instantly. And so, they're getting it. Whereas a lot of other platforms, I'm not sure where they get their data from. It could be that they're getting it from certain brokers and certain market makers and not all. And, so what we're trying to do here, day trading on small time frames like 5 minute charts, even 30-minute charts, I recommend DOS. You need the information right away. You're not going to wait here 2 days for it to show up on the chart, It doesn't add up.
Avi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why you didn't in the previous Nate thing, so why you didn't try to use the lateral exits? So taking like profits on targets, and then let the other ones run okay, so if for the next target or trail them after that.
Yeah, so the strategy that I was attempting for the last month was to get into a full position and hold it as long as it's going in my direction. And that was really successful, but not consistent enough. I would get some really big hits, But then most of the time, you're giving away so many unrealized gains, like enormous. And you guys you've seen it last few days. It's even recorded.
Yeah, but you was not taking out the profits. That was the thing, right? Like, so at one target, like, so when it was reaching there, like, so you was not taking out the profits there.
Exactly. And that's something I wanted to try because very often we know how this goes. All of us have done it where we get out too early and then the thing goes double, right? And you want to hold on to size. So I was trying to find a way to do that. The trailing stop makes sense, and I think it still makes sense, but you need a certain environment for that. You need a certain day or certain trend day for that. Like Apple today, that would make sense. For example, it looks like it's in a trend compared to everything else. Everything else is just a chop. So if you can identify when is it in a trend and when it's not, then you know what to use. But that's, I mean, I don't know anybody who can identify that. I don't know how to. So I'm just taking it one step back. I'm not partialing as it goes in my favor. I'm just taking off the majority at a major target. In this case, it was 235. And I'm holding the rest. I've even added in. Thankfully, it's going to, was it 231 or so down there? It's probably going to have a big pullback along the way. That would be expected. The idea is to survive it.
Cool. And I mean, like out of all of those Max 7, like, so why you choose Apple to trade? Like, so why it was like so clear to you, like the Apple is a short?
Well, it wasn't clear to me that it'll be clean and the others will be choppy. I had no clue. But what I did know is that I have my level here, and in the pre-market, it broke out. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll wait for the retest. And sure enough, retest, and it came below the breakout level, below the first breakout candle. That's 237 or so. So I took my entry there. My stop is right above the opening price. And I took the first trade was a stop out because it was chopped around a bit. And then when it went again below 237, I took that same entry and I would have exited in the same place and something like that. Off it goes. Actually, I had less risk on the second one because of the size and all that. But anyways, yeah, these contracts, I gotta be more consistent with picking contracts. They actually do impact the RVR quite tremendously. But there you go, Apple.
Avi, I have one quick question, please, for the levels, because I lost it a bit earlier. So this kind of level that you have put that starts from 2421, which is, let's say, the peak from the pre-market,
Yeah.
and then it goes down the three different levels. They're divided based on which criteria or which is the logic behind it.
It's just the distance of this 8 a.m. candle. That's it. The same
Okay.
distance all the way. Just keep going. As long as it keeps going down, if it goes to 200 today, I'll just keep using the same distance for every target and every entry. If you want to take trades on those levels, you can.
So it's equally split, let's say.
Yeah.
Between the two, three distances, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Measured moves.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you, Avi.
Yeah, no problem. Cool. All right. Any other questions, guys? I think I'll take a quick break. Got 2 more hours on the mic today. So 11 a.m. on YouTube and then noon in BBT. So come have a chat. We'll have some fun. But before I go, anyone
Good
else?
stuff, man. Congrats on new little tweak in the system. It looks good.
Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy it.
I'll see you on YouTube, man.
Thank you, guys. Hope
Thank
this.
you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Avi.
Sure. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
David.